Hello, good evening. Exam முடிஞ்சாச்சு. I think everybody would have done well and would be expecting a very good score. And I just wanted to discuss the paper and more questions from the genetics area. This revision videos would have been very helpful for you guys. I hope so. Let us start with, and this is the paper with the P5. Which of the following is an incorrect statement? There are so many questions with incorrect and not correct or match the following type. Let us see. See, nuclear pores act as passages. This you could see that the mature sieve tube elements are dead cells. So this is the answers. The second one is an answer. And the plant hormone used to destroy weeds, and 2,4-D. Very direct question. And this is the one, Christe. And see, this is the fourth answer. The match the list following. A is Christe. Christe goes with enfoldings in mitochondria. And cisternae is present in Golgi apparatus, thylakoid, this one. And centromere, the primary constitution. Very easy question. Which of the following are not secondary metabolites in plants? Secondary metabolites means rubber gums and all this. Amino acids and glucose are primary metabolites. In spite of interspecific competition in nature, which mechanism the competing species might have evolved for their survival? How they could have gone? Resource partitioning. Then only they could survive. Otherwise they could have been evaded away from the population. Okay, plants follow different pathway in response to environment or phases of life to form different kinds of structure. This ability, the phenotypic plasticity, this we discussed actually. Which of the following algae contains mannitol as a reserve food material? Mannitol in the sense it comes under Phaeophyceae. This one, Ectocarpus. Gracilaria and all coming under Rhodophyceae, Volvox and Eulothrix coming under Chlorophyceae. And genera like Selaginella and Salvinia, heterosporic condition. Which of the following statement is not correct? Pyramid of biomass in C is generally upright. Biomass usually goes with inverted pyramid, and this is it is not correct. Okay, so this is the one. And a typical angiosperm embryo, that is 8 nucleate and 7 celled stage. And match the 1 with 2. Protoplasmic fusion, this one, the pomata. And plant tissue culture which goes with totipotency, total potential. This is the option. Number 3 is the option. And when the centromere is situated in the center, exactly the two equal arms, metacentric chromosome. And the first stable product of CO2 fixation in sorghum is oxaloacetic C4 cycle. Mutation in plant cells can be induced by gamma rays. And when gene targeting involves gene amplification is attempted in individual tissue to treat diseases, gene therapy. There is a slight doubt that they'll be using this condition for a molecular diagnosis, and but the amplification and attempted to treat the disease, no, you can just go with the gene therapy. Let us wait for NTA answer key. The site of perception of light in plants during the photoperiodism is leaf. They just receive the one line is given in the book that they receive, and then it will be passed on to the shoot apex, and this we discussed in the revision video also. And which of the following plants is monoecious? Monoecious means both the things are present in the same plant. Cara. The factor that leads to founder effect, genetic drift, leads to founder effect. And diadelphous stamen, two different 9+1 P. And which of the following is a correct sequence of steps in PCR? PCR, denaturation, annealing and extension. It goes like this. Which of the following stages of meiosis involve division of centromere? Division of centromere, they just split anaphase 2. Anaphase 1 it won't split, anaphase 2. Which of the following is not an application of PCR? Not an application. So, see, these are all an application of PCR. Purification of isolated protein. And complete the flow chart on central dogma. See, this is the one, replication of a DNA and transcription, translation, and the protein formation. So fourth is the option. The production of gametes by the parents, formation of zygotes, F1 and F2 plants can be understood from the diagram called Punnett square. Punnett square is the one we can see. And then match the list 1 and list 2. Here, what is that? Number 2 is given. Cell wall with active division capacity. Active division capacity means you can just go with meristematic cell. And then tissues having different types of cells, vascular tissue. So the option is 2. And during the purification process of recombinant DNA technology, addition of chilled ethanol to find out DNA, and the amount of nutrients such as carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, standing crop ko standing state ko you would have got a doubt, but standing crop is amount number of plants present there. Standing state is the amount of nutrient content. The term used for transfer of pollen grain from anther of one plant to stigma of different plant. So it is xenogamy. And amensalism, also one partner is actually the bacteria and fungal partner, and fungal will be releasing. One partner is completely under loss, another partner neither benefited nor getting lost. This is the amensalism. Number 2 is the option. And the list out the matching the list 1 with list 2, cohesion, addition. It's all direct question, direct statement. It is CA, cohesion. And here it is given as 2. See, look at here, mutual attraction. The same line is given in the book. And guttation, you know, water loss in the liquid phase. And adhesion, that's attraction towards the polar surface. And this is the answer 2. Direct question it is. Everything from book except 1 or 2 questions. Let us see. In the equation GPP minus R is equal to net primary productivity. The R is respiration rate. This is the answer. And DNA stands on a gel stained with ethidium bromide. When viewed under UV radiation appears bright orange color. And list 1 with lenticels, cork cambium. Cork cambium is phallogen, secondary cortex is phallodon. Cork is for suberin deposition, and lenticels for exchange of gas. So this is the answer, number 3. And gemmae are present. Gemma cups. Gemma cups you could have seen in Markantia. Some liverworts, not all mosses. And which of the following algae produce carrageen? Carrot, red color, rhodophyceae, red algae. And select the correct pair. Loose parenchyma cells rupturing the epidermis and forming a lens-shaped opening in bark. That's not the spongy parenchyma. And large, this is not the answer. See, cells of medullary rays to form the cambial rings, interfascicular cambium. And this I just mentioned when I was teaching another topic, but anatomy I didn't give, but this I gave. And identify the correct statement. A split gene arrangement is characteristic feature of a prokaryote. Correct statement. And in this is not, split gene is not seen there. And here in capping, methyl guanosine triphosphate is added to the 5' end. So this is also incorrect statement. RNA polymerase bind with rho factor to terminate the process of transcription in bacteria. This is an answer. Plasmid PBR 322 as P Pseudomonas torti 1 restriction enzyme site within a gene ampicillin 1 that confers the ampicillin resistance. This is giving ampicillin resistance. Okay, this one. If this enzyme is used for inserting a gene for beta galactosidase production and the recombination, and the combination of plasmid is insertion of E. coli strain, what is the result? This is one question may would have taken bit extra time. See, this confers the ampicillin resistancy. So the transformed cell will have the ampicillin resistancy as well as produce beta galactosidase, so that the procedure would be getting on well with. And this for this also let us wait what their key is. Nowadays it is possible to detect the mutated gene causing cancer by allowing the radioactive hybrid, its complementarity DNA in a clone of cells, followed by its detection using autoradiography, because mutated gene does not appear on a photographic film, as well as the probe as an complementarity with it. Okay, this is there in the book. This is there in the book, of course. The next one is match the following. Here match the following is easy, like you could see there is a fabaceae, forget about this condition, epipetalous condition 5 and 5, you can just go with Solanaceae. In case if it comes 3 and 3 means Liliaceae, so with that you can go with the second option, easy it is. And then in the exponential growth, this is given as E is the base of natural logarithm, and S phase, G2 phase, quiescent stage, G1. This you know, quiescent means inactive phase, metabolically active but inactive phase. With this option you can easily select the fourth option. A1 is S phase, synthetic phase, and this is the second one. The other things, it is an interval between, and you can easily select the this one, third option with here it goes with D, G1 phase. So fourth option. And DNA fingerprinting involves identifying differences in some specific region. Repetitive DNA. This is given in the book, direct question. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Cyclic photophosphorylation involve both PS1. It just get on only with the PS1. The PS2 is not involving. So this is an incorrect statement. Other three are correct. And which of the following statement is incorrect again? Oxidation reduction reaction produce proton gradient in respiration, so that chemiosmosis. So here electron transport, one molecule of NADH2 yields 3 ATP. Here it is given the wrong choice. And what is the role of RNA polymerase 3? This is also a direct question given in the book 3. So match the following: protein, peptide bond, and unsaturated fatty acids, CC double bond, nucleic acid, phosphodiester bond, polysaccharide, glycosidic bond. 2 is the option. And another match the following. Again it is coming. This we discussed, na? Yeah, 2 times it is uploaded. And then match the following. This one, nitrococcus, thiobacillus is the easy one for a denitrification, and nitrococcus conversion of ammonia to nitrite, and this is for nitrite to nitrate, and rhizobium for fixing this. So the option is 2. And in some members of which of the following pairs of families pollen grain retain for long? This is given Rosaceae, Leguminaceae, given in the book, direct question. Which of the following statement is correct? Some of the organism can fix atmospheric nitrogen, specialized. It is not specialized cell. Heterocyst. Okay, so fusion of 2 cells called plasmogamy. Here nucleus only called karyogamy. Fusion of protoplasm. This is the correct option. And next question is again match. So many match the following. You know, we finished botany. Let us get into zoology. Actually it's a easy paper only. The Physalis, Lemulus. Lemulus is a living fossil. Physalia is a Portuguese man of war, and Ancylostoma is a hookworm, and pink data is a pearl oyster. So the fourth option. And which of the following statement wrongly represent the nature of smooth muscles? So the communication among the cells is performed by intercalated disc. And which is the only enzyme both capability to catalyze insertion, elongation, and termination? DNA dependent RNA polymerase. Which enzyme is responsible for conversion of inactive fibrinogen to fibrin? Fibrinogen to fibrin is by thrombin, because thrombokinase is prothrombin to thrombin, and that thrombin will make the fibrinogen into fibrin. So thrombin. And for effective treatment of the diseases, early diagnosis of understanding the pathophysiology is very important. Which of the following molecule diagnostic technique is very? ELISA technique. It's very useful. And if adenine makes 30% of the DNA, adenine guanine 30%, and the rest 60% gone. So the cytosine and guanine will be, adenine and thymine will make a pair, adenine and thymine will make a pair of 30%, and then cytosine and guanine will make 20-20. So this is, so 60% gone, there 40%. This is the option. 30, 20, 20. The organelles that are included in the endomembrane system, GERL plus vacuoles, according to our book E. This endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi, lysosome, and vacuoles. Sphincter of Oddi, it is direct question, junction of hepatopancreatic duct and duodenum. And receptors of sperm binding in mammals are present in zona pellucida. This is outside, it is not given in the book, but it is a zona pellucida, because this is the thing present in mammals. And then the aspergillus niger, this is also easy, the question is easy, so this is the thing which is given, like lactic acid, with that you can go with the second option, aspergillus clostridium botulinum. So, and again one more match the following. Metamerism means, you know that what is the ring like structure, annelida, canal system, porifera, complete stenophora, nidoblast, shrilantirata. Fourth option, which of the following is not an objective of a biofortification? Biofortification means improve the food quality, so not an objective. Improve resistant to diseases. So this other things are all mineral, nutrient, micronutrient, protein, vitamin. So this is not an option. So, and Dobson unit means ozone. Read the following statements. Metagenesis observed in helminthes. Metagenesis means, you know, it is a characteristic feature of Shrilantirata, hydra, and other things. In Shrilantirata they go with polyp and medusa stage, you know, there. So this is not there. Echinodermates, it's or triploblast and shrilomic animals. Roundworms have organ system level of, it is given in the book. B, C correct. Complates are helpful for digestion, wrong. And water vascular system is a characteristic of Echinodermata. So B is correct, C is correct, and E is correct. Which stage of meiotic prophase shows terminalization of chiasma? Diakinesis, direct. In a cross between a male and a female, both heterozygous for sickle cell anemia gene, what percentage of progeny will be diseased? The carriers are 50% if you put a calculation, and 25% no disease, 25% or diseased population. This is the answer. Which of the following belongs to the family Musidae? Musa domestica, housefly. And the fruit fly has 8 chromosomes in each cell. During interphase of mitosis, if the number of chromosome at G1 phase is 8, what would be the number of chromosome after S phase? After S phase is also, it is only the DNA replication, the chromosome number is not changed, so it is 8 only. And succus entericus is the intestinal juice. Which of the following RNA is not required for synthesis of protein? Messenger RNA, tRNA, it's all protein synthesis. They all involved in protein synthesis. siRNA is not involved. This is also a very easy question. Which one of the following is an example of hormone releasing IUD? See this one, multi-load copper T, copper releasing, and LNG20 is alone hormone releasing. And centriole undergoes duplication during S phase. It is given in the book. Direct question. Identify the incorrect pair, and these are all the secondary metabolites. So drugs resin is not a correct option. And the partial pressure of in mm is the oxygen and carbon dioxide 104 and 40. This is directly from the tabular column. And a specific recognition sequence identified by endonuclease to make cut at specific position within the DNA is palindromic sequence, nucleotide sequence. This is easy. And person with AB antibody blood groups are called as universal recipient. This is due to universal recipient. Okay, so they must have antigen, both antigen A and B. There is no antibody, anti-A and anti-B. So the presence they have not given. So this is the option. Absence of antibodies, anti-A and anti-B. This is the option. And statement 1 and 2, this kind of question I don't know whether you guys have tried, but here they've just mentioned even one reasoning and assertion and statement question. The codon OG AUG is for methionine. The phenylalanine is for UUU. The first code it is. So AUG for methionine, and statement 1 is incorrect, and AAA and AAG is meant for lysine. So had you studied the tabular column of genetic code, you could have got 4 marks in this apt. So the first is the option. And during the muscular contraction, which of the following events occur? Muscular contraction, H zone disappear. It disappear because one over the other. A band widens. A band is anisotropic. It doesn't change. I band isotropic. It reduces the width. Myosin hydrolyzes ATP, releasing the ADP and phosphate. This happens, Z line attached to the action is pulled inwards. So all this E is correct, D is correct, and the C is correct, and A is correct, except B, everything is correct. And so option number 2, which of the following is not a step in multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology? So all these lines are there in the book. It is going with 8 to 32 cell stage, and cow is administered hormone having FSH, not LH. So here this is the wrong statement, and the other 3 are correct statement. Assertion and reasoning. A person goes to high altitude and experiences altitude sickness with the symptoms like breathing difficulty and heart palpitation. It's given in the book. Reason is due to the low atmospheric pressure of high altitude, the body does not get sufficient oxygen. So both the statements are correct, and also this is the correct explanation also. So I just given 2, option 2. And which of the following secretes the hormone relaxin during the later phase of pregnancy? In our book it is given as ovary, but Graafian follicle is there for the production of an egg and all. So you can just go with the corpus luteum, because this is there as a for the pregnancy to work as a secondary endocrine system. So this is the correct option. You can go for the third option. And following are the statement with the reference to lipids. Lipids having only single bonds are called unsaturated fat. It's a double bond. This is wrong statement. And lecithin is, this is correct. Trihydroxypropane is a glycerol, correct. Palmitic acid has 16 carbon atom including, this is wrong. And arachidonic acid will have 20 carbon atoms. So these 2 are wrong. So you can just go with B and C option. That is the fourth one. Which one of the following statement about histone is wrong? Histones carry positive charges. DNA is negative, histone is positive. It has got 8 molecules, correct. The pH of histone is slightly, no, it is not acidic, and only DNA is acidic, and histone are rich in amino acid, lysine and arginine. So this is the option. And again this is the list. Okay, filariasis, microfilaria, Wuchereria bankrupti, amoebiasis, entamoeba histolytica, pneumonia, haemophilus influenza, ringworm, trichophyton. And following are the statements about prostomium of earthworm. Prostomium, a protruded structure from the first segment of an earthworm. It serves as covering for mouth. This is correct. And it helps to open cracks in the soil into which it can crawl, is correct. It is one of the sensory structure. This is also correct. It is the first body segment. This is the peristomium. So except D, all the 3 are correct. Which of this is not an important component of initiation of parturition in human? This is the question. Even the NTA answer we'll have to rely on, because release of prolactin, sometime it induces the labor, increase estrogen and progesterone ratio, because synthesis of prostaglandin induces the labor pain, and release of oxytocin releases the pain, and induce the pain. This is also the release of prolactin is kind of a thing, and this between these 2 I've just selected this option, because estrogen level and progesterone level this gets decreased and increased and all that happens. So I just selected this. Let us wait for NTA result. NTA key. Match list 1 and list 2. Here scapula, you know, this triangular flat bone. With this you can, vertebral cranium fibrous joint will be there, and so this is the answer, the answer 1. Okay, and the adenosine deaminase deficiency results in dysfunction of an immune system. Completely it will take off the immune system. And here adaptive radiation, you know, the Darwin finches has got different sizes of their beak is there. And then convergent evolution, convergent goes with wings of butterfly and bird, divergent goes with this, and then this is the fourth one. The D is the first option. So here it goes with second choice. Identify the types of cell junction that helps to stop the leakage. Here itself you can understand tight junction, and then the communication gap, you could say. So this is the gap junction. So tight junction, and see, communication gap only we'll be talking. With that you can remember. So communication means gap junction. And 200th question, match list 1 with the list 2. Allen's rule, polar animals have got a small thing. And here again this is a physiological adaptation, biochemical adaptation is a question. Biochemical adaptation I have just given this one. This is kangaroo rat, fat oxidation, so that it will be used, it won't drink water, and then it forms urine in the form of crystals. So I've just chosen this option. So the last one, D, goes with 1. And behavioral adaptation, color the desert behavior, and physiological adaptation goes with marine fishes, they just go deep into the sea. So with this it is coming to an end. Hope you have all done well, and everything would have, so most of the questions, the topics what we have discussed is there, but since not much time was there, otherwise even I could have uploaded the anatomy paper, anatomy also in this simple revision form. Anyway, the paper was easy only, except one question, one or two questions just away from the syllabus. Away from the syllabus, not exactly away from the syllabus, away from the NCERT. But anyhow, you could have done really well. Hope things would have gone well. So don't worry about anything in case if it has gone wrong. So what has happened has happened. So just good luck. Take care.